So after we've spent like many days on that assignment, is there anything off of that assignment that I need to cover a little bit more in detail while in class, not trying to look at a computer screen? Or do you feel pretty comfortable with it? Good to go? Okay, cool. We did have a quiz last time, and I'm pretty sure all of you have taken it. Just rifle through my things quickly. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. All right, so we're good with the inequalities, right? So we are stepping into some word problems, but I want to, bless you, I want to have some fun with these word problems. I don't want us to fear them. I want us to feel a little bit comfortable about it. And I know that word problems a lot of times are something that we like to shy away from. If you have some sort of examination given, if there's a word problem on it, it's like, I'm getting away from that. I'm just going to skip it. It must be B, it's multiple choice. But let's change our attitude a little bit, because there's a lot of times with a word problem will be worth multiple points. So even just getting a little bit written down might get you a couple points more than zero. More than zero is always good. All right, so let's go here, share screen, here, share. All right. So first part of this is, how do we want to start a word problem? A lot of times people have their pencil in hand and they just start trying to write stuff down as they read through it. Don't do that. It's really bad to do that. Read what it says with your pencil down. Read what it says first. Think about what it's asking for. If you're talking about something that has, 120 tickets to it, and you get an answer of like 16 million, you probably did something wrong. So read it first, and then try to identify the variables, what you're trying to solve for, okay? Yes, we use X and Y very often in math, but there's nothing to say that we can't change our variables to something, if we were like talking about like cars and trucks, we could use C and T, okay? We don't have to use X and Y. If we're talking about like students and adults, we could use S and A. Then we're going to create the equations, and these equations are just like the ones that we have done before, okay? And we're going to try and figure out what they're done. Now, we're not necessarily going to do them as graphing. We'll probably do them as either substitution or elimination. Solve for the variables, and then think about, did you answer the question? So you might have a question that says, you have adult tickets and student tickets, and it gives you some iteration. And the very end of it might say, how much is each student ticket? Okay, if you give both answers, that's fine. If you just give the adult answer, you're going to miss a point because you didn't get the student. So make sure we answered. So, reading is one, I know you all are doing it. Okay, a lot of you have social media. You're looking at pictures, but you're also looking at quotes. And you giggle to the quotes sometimes, right? Somebody put something out there that's funny, and you're like, that's kind of funny. You do a like, and then you like 200 different things, and those people feel great about themselves because they were liked as well. But so we're dealing with kind of that. We're dealing with that. So we're going to think about where you have that ssle 8 done. We're there over the past couple days. You get it? Let me know. So just think how to start a word problem. Read it first. Pencil is down. Try to identify the variables. Create your equations. Solve for the variables by either substitution or elimination. And then, did you answer the question? Pretty straightforward. Okay, so first question we have up there says you buy some fruit punch and lemonade for a party. Pretty straightforward, right? You're buying two different things. You're buying this and this. There's not too much to it. Notice I haven't written anything down. I'm not trying to highlight anything. But then, then they tell us you have to buy 13 gallons total of the items. So you brought fruit punch, you bought lemonade. Of those items you bought, there's 13 total gallons of that. Seem okay so far? Says the cost of the punch is $3 per gallon, and the lemonade was $4 per gallon. Okay, now this is just a make-believe thing. This is not real. We're just trying to get our to think through things. But when we checked out with all 13 of those gallons, some of it being lemonade, some of it being fruit punch, we had a total of $47 to pay. How much of each did you buy? How much of each did you buy? So now, here's the tough things to some of these word problems. Sometimes you can kind of sit there and try and make it work in your head, right? You're like, if I have 13 gallons, I could have 1 gallon of one and 12 of the other. I could have 2 gallons of one and 11 gallons of the other. I could have 3 gallons of one and 10 gallons of the other. You can go through back and forth in your head. Some of your minds think that way. But what if we have like 4.62 gallons of one? Yeah, that's going to be a lot harder to think about in your mind, right? I can't?
You really buy a point per gallon.
Really?
Like a liter.
Yeah, but remember, this is continuous data, not discrete. So if I pour something into a bottle, I can pour up to a gallon or more. I could pour anywhere from 0 up to a gallon.
But when the price did the same, like you would have to buy a single gallon.
Well, I don't know. Isn't there decimal points for money?
I mean, like, there are, but you can't really sell it at half a gallon. Like at a store.
I beg to differ. I've been to Whole Foods. I've seen where I can buy portions. I don't like to shop at Whole Foods because Whole Foods is like whole paycheck. Hey, organic carrots grown with the love and compassion of the Mother Earth. Each carrot, $61. I'll just go over to King Soopers and get a carrot for 7 cents. Yeah, you can have to think about portions. It could happen. I could have a drop that I could break this down to, but I'm not. I'm going to make it work. So part of your points that you establish on this is showing a setup. If you think you're going to do it in your head, and you're just going to give me an answer of like 2 comma 11, you're missing points. Yeah, but I did it in my head. I need to see the thought process. Yeah, but I did it in my head. I don't see what happened in your head. You have to write it down. Well, I did it in my head and I got it right. Well, you missed the points on the setup. I'm not going to debate you on it. I take points off all the time for that. Okay? The reason is, I don't know how you got your answer if you did it in your head. Now, none of you would do this, I know that. But I have had students in the past who have gotten answers directly from their friends, and their friend worked it all out, and their friend's nice and neat, everything's worked out. And, hey, what'd you get for number 1? Oh, it's 2 and 11. Okay. So then I don't know. So I have to see the thought process. Remember, math is called thinking. We are developing critical thinking skills. It is a developmental part of education. Okay, so now, let's do this. We have fruit punch. We have fruit punch. And we have lemonade. So we have to use two different variables. So I'm okay to stay with X and Y. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to call fruit punch X, lemonade Y. I like that. Okay, why did I highlight it? Well, I know I have two different items I'm looking for. Agree? I know that now, if I look at back at the problem, I know that if you had highlighted it or circled it and put the variables above it, I know that your fruit punch is X. I know that your lemonade is Y. Okay, so I feel good about the first question, or the first sentence. You buy some fruit punch and lemonade for a party. I've now identified my variables. X is the fruit punch, Y is the lemonade. Agree? So I'm thinking about it. Now I know some of you are like, dude, let's work through the problem. I get it, but I want you to realize it's okay to kind of put some thought to it. First thing I did is I read the problem. Next thing I did is I kind of indicated, hey, I know I'm going to deal with X and Y. I know that X is going to go with fruit punch. Y is going to go with lemonade. So I buy 13 gallons total. Okay, so I know between my fruit punch and my lemonade, there's going to be 13 gallons. I just set up my first equation. I just set it up. Looking at the first two sentences, I was able to develop my first equation. Now, it does say the cost for the fruit punch is $3 per gallon. The lemonade is $4 per gallon. So we have a different cost associated with each. Agree? Okay. We have a different cost associated with each. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of say here and here as taking care of one of them. Okay, there's really no more information I'm going to gather from those two sentences. But then it tells us the cost of the fruit punch is $3 per gallon. Fruit punch we called X. How do we know that? We label it up above. The cost of the lemonade is $4 per gallon. Hey, how much did I spend? $47. So I have my shopping cart. I have 13 gallons. And you're right, there is going to be true gallons in there. So I look at my shopping cart. I realize I have something that is a pink color, something that is a yellow color. One's fruit punch, pink. I realize you can have pink lemonade as well. And then you have lemonade, yellow. And you're like, oh, I got 13 things in my shopping cart. Yes, I understand that you can sit there and say, oh, I have 3 and 10. I understand that. But that's not what we're going for. We're trying to look at the thought process. We're trying to create a model that goes with this. Now, have I used all of the data in this problem to set up those two equations? Is there any more information up there that we would need to create? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So if 3x plus y equals 13, but the 13 and the 47 are the same. Like a 13.
Ooh, yeah, you have 13 gallons versus $47.
You wouldn't be able to solve if we're using gallons to find dollars.
Oh, we're going to show this now. You're absolutely right. I like your thought process. I could not say I could set this equation equal to this equation because these are two different things. I agree with you 100%. That's a good thought process. But, so let's do this. Let's not think about this here. Let's think about this right here. What would I have to do to start getting rid of a letter? Go ahead. Multiply the top by 3 or 4. And it would be -3 or -4, agree? So you have to pick. Which one would you like to do? There's not a right or wrong answer there. You're either going to multiply the top equation, the blue equation, by -3, or you're going to multiply the top equation by -4. And now I have the dollar amount that I would associate with the top. So that's great thought process. I like that. Pick one.
-4.
-4. The choice is to multiply the entire top equation by -4. I will distribute that over the parentheses. -4x minus 4y equals -4 times 13. I think, is that 52? Did I do that math right?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't have to do anything to this bottom equation right now. I got 3x plus 4y is equal to 47. Now, if I add these together, -4, I get -x. Those cancel. What is that? -5. So what does x have to equal?
-5.
X has to equal 5. So x has to equal 5. Oh, cool. That means I bought 5 of my fruit punches. Now we can pretty much finish the problem now. How many total gallons did I buy?
13.
13. 5 of them happen to be fruit punch, though. 8. We finished the problem. It's done. It wasn't impossible to do. But we took our time on it. I think a lot of times you might kind of have out of the corner of your eye what your neighbor's doing. They might be writing something really fast, all down. And you're sitting there reading it going, what the heck are they writing? That person might be doing it wrong. It's like the same one where we were shading, and I told you about the kid that's going to sit there and like color scheme the shaded region, and they're going to take 15 minutes to color in a region of the graph. But you go, I'm done. Who's more right? You're both right. The person who didn't do time management real good, I don't think is making the right choice, but it is what it is. Hey, my friends, can I move forward? We feel good? All right, next question. I'm gonna put my pen down because I don't have anything in my hand when I take a look at it. Ooh, cheeseburgers. I like cheeseburgers. Now I don't think I can do a portion of the cheeseburger, so you know I'm gonna have a whole cheeseburger and a whole hamburger in this problem. Okay, so cheeseburgers take 6 minutes and hamburgers take 5 minutes to make. So a cheeseburger takes 6 minutes and a hamburger takes 5 minutes. Now I don't know why it takes 6 minutes and 5 minutes. It's just going along with the story. Tell you what, I do like my cheeseburgers now. All right, so we sell cheeseburgers for $5 and we sell hamburgers for $4. This particular company spent 54 minutes making these cheeseburgers and hamburgers for your order. Takes kind of a long time. I don't think they'd be in business long, but let's just keep going. You went to the store to get your order and it cost you $44. And you were just buying cheeseburgers and hamburgers. Okay? So we have kind of an idea. How many of each did we make? How many hamburgers did we make? How many cheeseburgers did we make? Well, I don't know. I know that it took 54 minutes to make this order. I know that this order cost $44. I know that there's different time increments. So let's go up here and start identifying what we know. All right, cheeseburgers, hamburgers. Friends, one of those is going to be X, one of them is going to be Y. Dan, what do you think? You call it. Not a wrong answer.
No, cheeseburgers is X.
Cheeseburgers is X? Okay, I like your thinking. So we had a label. I'm going to go cheeseburgers X, hamburgers Y. Cool. I've done really no math to it other than saying, hey, you know what? I got cheeseburgers and hamburgers. I'm going to identify X and Y. I used a highlighter because I have the fancy stuff. But you can put a circle next to it and just put X and then circle the other one, put Y. So you have a way of doing it. All right. So something was stated earlier about units. Agree? We have to think about what units are here. Cheeseburgers take 6 minutes. Agree? Hamburgers take 5 minutes. Agree? Hey, friends, how many minutes were spent on this order?
54.
54. Does everyone feel comfortable how I just put that together? You understand how I identified? I didn't go, there's a lot of numbers that they have written up there. But I feel pretty comfortable that, hey, cheeseburger is 6 minutes, and I think that's a long time for a cheeseburger, but hey, it is what it is. 5 minutes for a hamburger, and there was a time of 54 minutes spent. Hey, friends, how much does it cost for a cheeseburger as far as this establishment goes? $5? And cheeseburgers were X? How much did it cost us for a hamburger at this establishment? $4? And hamburgers were? Why? Hey, friends, how much did our customer have to pay for this order? 44. So do you see how I put time with time with time, and I put cost with cost with cost? Does that make sense? The 6x plus 5y is dealing with time in minutes. The 54 is how many minutes total it took. The 5x and the 4y are dealing with a money value, and the 44 is dealing with the total money. But we can still work this the same way as everything else. Does everyone feel comfortable with how we set this up? Has there been thought that has taken place when we're setting it up? I think so. But I read it first. And then I go into it. Now, don't you worry. You know what teacher I always disliked in school? I don't know if you ever had this teacher, but boy, I had some bad ones. Oh, I had some bad ones. The teacher would be like, open up to page 56 and we're going to all start reading aloud. And then, okay, Chris, read the next paragraph. Oh, I don't want to read out loud in front of my peers. I'll never ask you to do that. I still remember to this day, fifth grade, Mrs. Clatt. She was a nice lady until this particular day. So we're reading about outer space, and we're talking about Cape Canaveral, Florida, where we launch rockets. The word Canaveral to a fifth grader, and even to a 50-year-old, thank you. Oh, you are my best friend. It looks like carnival. Canaveral and carnival look very similar. Now, our teacher didn't go to the board going, hey, take a look. Canaveral, it said Canaveral, and this is how carnival is spelled. She didn't decipher that. So all of a sudden, you give me a 3-syllable word to sound out that I've never heard before. Chris, read this paragraph. In Cape Carnival, Florida, it's Canaveral. Okay. They launch rockets. Next sentence. Cape Carnival, that's Canaveral, Chris. Okay. Canaveral. Jimmy was with his parents to see a rocket launch. The rocket was sent to launch at 1:15 p.m. on February 15th at Cape Carnival. It's Canaveral, Chris. Sitting at my desk like this as I'm reading, getting lower and lower, like, oh, I don't want to be here. Dude, Chris, you're so dumb. You don't even know how to say Canaveral. It's the biggest word I've ever seen. We're in 5th grade. Oh, thank you for backing me up on the Carnival Canaveral. That was horrible. Guess who didn't like Miss Cloud any longer? This guy. But I got over it, but I still remembered it. So there are pivotal points in my education. Because I had bad teachers, I think made me a better teacher. It was that I'm not going to call on kids to read out loud in class. Especially when I have like 15-syllable words with symbols and numbers in there. can't read this. All right, hey, so my friends, let's get back to our problem. I'm sorry, I'm off task. We have our two equations already set up for us, agree? We're dealing with hamburgers and cheeseburgers. We have a certain time limit with hamburgers, a certain time limit with cheeseburgers. We have a certain amount of money that's being paid. Now we want to figure out, hey, how many of each of these did we order? Now, this is one I really like because we are not going to buy a portion of a cheeseburger, right? So your thought process was beautiful before. You don't go up to the McDonald's saying, yeah, I'll have a half a cheeseburger and 2/3 of a hamburger, please. It's not going to happen. You're getting a whole thing. You might not eat the whole thing, but you're getting the whole thing. All right, so for my friends, my X's, my Y's, and my numbers are lined up. My X dealt with cheeseburgers, my Y dealt with hamburgers. But I need to get rid of something. And if I add them together right now, I get 11x plus 9y equals 98. That didn't help me. So I have to figure out what should I do to one or both of the equations. I need a negative. I like that. I like that. We need to have a negative up there. And should we get rid of the x's first or the y's first? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. Go for the x? Okay, we're choosing to get rid of the x's. Trying to multiply everything here by 5, everything here by 6. But we can't forget what can't we forget? One of them has to be what? Negative. Which one should be negative? Doesn't matter. No, I'm going to make one of them negative. I'll make the top one negative. Why is that? Because that's where I drew. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that over that. So I'm going to get negative 30x minus 25y equals negative, I think that's negative 222. Let's see.
Yeah.
What is it? Wait, 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 5 is 25.
Yeah, negative 222.
Are you sure? Yeah. I puzzled it in my head. Oh, it works better when I throw it on the ground. Let's see. 5 times 54, negative 270.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I had to check too. I wasn't sure. So I had to rely on this old calculator I threw on the floor, which works better now. Okay, so negative 270. Okay. Let's distribute this one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, we're going to get 30x plus 24y. 6 times 44. Oh, I can't do that. Get the calculator out again. 6 times 44. Oh, 264. I like it. I like it. We're going to add these together. Hey, nice thing is, x's are gone. Negative 25 added to 24 is negative y.
Y equals 6.
Yeah, so that's negative 6, so y equals 6. Y equals 6. What was y? Hamburgers or cheeseburgers? Hamburgers. We made 6 of these. All right. Okay. Oh,
And it takes 5 minutes, so 6 times 5 is 30 minutes.
Whoa, wait, what? Oh, yeah, wait, yeah. What'd you do?
6 times 5, because you have 6 hamburgers, you multiply by 5 minutes.
All right, hang on. So I know this, so I can plug that in here. So I think you're choosing this one. So I have 6x plus 5 times 6 is 30. Agree?
Yeah.
Equals 54. Subtract 30. If I subtract 30, that becomes 24. So x has to equal 4. So I made 4 cheeseburgers and 6 hamburgers. 4 cheeseburgers and 6 hamburgers. Awesome. We did it. We thought through it. Now we got some sillies in there, but we thought through it. And I'm putting sillies in there because I don't want the anxiety of a word problem to scare you. I want you to have guts to jump into it. I think we have time for one more. Can we do one more? Will you also bring these back next time? These notes back next time? Because I don't think I would have gotten done. I would be done. I think we got so yeah. Yeah, it looks like we have 3 more problems that we'll do next time. So you will bring these notes back next time, please? Okay. All right. Oh, this is kind of weird. And I don't know why we would decipher this kind of problem. Your parents took time driving on a road trip, which was 580 miles, and took 10 hours to complete. Your mother always drives 55 miles an hour. Your dad always drives 60 miles per hour. I think they both drive too slow. How long did each of them drive? Okay. We're dealing with mom and dad. Mom and dad.
X.
X for mom? Is that what you said?
Actually, Y for mom and X for dad.
Okay. So mom, we're going to call Y, you said? And dad, we're going to call X. What do you think? Okay. Your mother drives 55 miles per hour. Your dad drives 60 miles per hour. So hang on. Your mother drives 55 miles per hour. Your dad drives 60 miles per hour.
That would equal 580 miles.
I like it. Okay.
X plus Y equals 10.
Ooh. Is he right? So we did, like mom drove, dad drove. And just to make it easy, because I put the Y first, I'm going to go Y plus X equals 10. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Does everyone see why I flipped it around? Because the top one I had 55Y plus 60X equals. So I wanted the Y's to line up. Okay. I need to, the X's and the Y's are lined up. I like that. X is for dad, Y is for mom. Okay, that's fine. I have 2 equations up there. What do you think, my friends? What should we do? If I add them together right now, I get 56Y plus 61X equals 590. That's not going to work. What do you think? I'm going to modify that second equation. Go ahead.
Well, if I get the same answer,
By?
if I multiply both of them by negative 58, the bottom one by negative 58,
Oh.
and get the same answer, like negative 58x minus 58y equals negative 580.
Oh. Okay.
Would that be able to solve it?
That's a great thought. Okay, so what I think you did is you were trying to make this an opposite value, this 10. And so if you multiply by negative 58, so this would be negative 58y, which then gives me negative 3y. This gives me negative 58x, which is plus 2x, equals 0. So then I get like an x value and a y value equals 0. So I like your thought. I can see students making that kind of error, but I like that thought. So you're trying to just make that become 0. And I love your idea. But I want to get rid of one of the letters first. I don't want to try and get rid of my constant value. So what I might choose to do here is I might choose to multiply this by negative 55, distribute it over. So I get negative 55y minus 55x equals negative 550. Squeeze in there. And then I get 55y plus 60x equals 580. Oh, I didn't squeeze those in there real well. But if I add these two together, those are gone. So I get 5y is equal to 30 So y equals
6.
6. Y equals 6. So this is mom. 6 hours mom drove. Dad, which was X, dad drove how many hours if the whole thing took us 10 hours?
4 hours.
4. We're done. We are done with this scenario. So, my friends, these notes that you have, please bring back next time. Agree? Anyone's stuck on this? Now, let's take a look at what our adventure would be for our next class. I would like for you here, we're in the 4th week of the semester. We're in the 4th week, so let's take a look. This is the video for Monday. These were the notes that I worked out. This was the homework. So I would like us to take a look at ssle number 11. ssle number 11. And I want you to try all 5 problems. ssle number 11, which is page 131. Try them all. If you don't have last semester's book, you can click on that. I will modify that a little bit. Realize once you go back to this page, I'm going to have the video, then the notes, and then ssle number 11. And I'll put the due date for it, okay? Everyone feel comfortable with that? Happy? Can I stop recording? I'm going to stop my recording somehow.